Hello to all you guys out there in YouTube land. Yes, it's me, DR. I left a bit later today, so there's going to be more traffic. So if it's louder, I apologise, because that's not the intention. Anyway, welcome to the morning walk again. God, it's becoming a regular thing. It's like a series of regular content that people might actually want to avoid. Anyway, no, I had a rather good morning. Woke up thinking about various different things like cognitive bias, what it is, why do people do it. So I think I might do some research into it. I mean, my layman's point is just literally, it's when you see you have already got something in mind and use the evidence to back up that point of view. So for example, you say, I don't know, all chickens lay eggs, which they don't. But anyway, and then you see a chicken and you say, well, they laid eggs, it's a chicken. But what about cockerels and stuff like that? So, and that's essentially my point of view of it, the simplified version, the reader's layman's version of that. And I think I see that in so many kind of forums. It's weird. Person X believes X, person X sees Y, person X attributes X to Y. And it's kind of natural really in life. That's kind of what we do all the time. Person X understands blue is blue, person X sees blue, person X then understands the world a bit. And I think why cognitive bias kind of exists is it was a mechanism we used to understand the world, or to make it more straightforward to us. You know, the world can be fairly complex, you know. Sun comes down, sun goes up, sun goes down, and essentially, you know, it's the way it kind of rumbles. Sorry, I got distracted there. Apologies, guys. But for me, there are certain reasons it exists, but the detriment is you kind of tar some things with that kind of simplified brush when they aren't. And as the word becomes more and more complicated, and as human beings are more and more complicated, we try and simplify and make it easy, and it's not always the case. So I believe X, Y happens, I then use X to extrapolate against Y, and actually Y has nothing to do with X. You know, the whole, and we kind of then try and attribute what we already know. So what do we know? What's our experience? Human beings do stuff happens. So I'm just switching it over. So essentially what we understand is that force acts against another, or one interaction acts with another interaction, and therefore things happen. That's kind of our experience, that's what we learn. You know, we put a foot down, we stand up. We put a foot forward, we start to move. Therefore, there's always an instigator. See where I'm going with this? And I think then, what we then do is extract that to all known knowledge. There's always an instigator. And we tend to then think instigators are cognitive forces. Instigators are things. It's really quite weird, that. And that's why people like, but then you then get the whole kind of the weather thing that we start to understand very early on. There is no kind of cognitive driver behind it. I know global warming is a contributor, but you know, the sun beams, therefore water goes up and falls clouds and etc. I know layman's, but there's no cognitive driver behind that force. So we kind of then attribute that when it rains, it's no one's fault. We never really took that experience and attribute it to anything else. We tend to just look for a driver, especially when it goes wrong, especially when things are really bad. Anyway, there's my thoughts. A bit disjointed today. As I said, I'm moving at a fairly rapid pace, and I'm a little bit behind schedule. Anyway, put your thoughts in the comment box. Tell me what you think of cognitive bias. What are the drivers? What are the good things? There has to be some good thing about it. There has to be some reason why we have that mechanism. But then we all know the pitfalls. Anyway, this is DR saying peace out and have a safe journey wherever you're heading.